Hi, I'm Ken, and welcome to Mindful Talks. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Mindful Talks. And I'm happy to be with one of great individuals wherein we worked together for previous projects and talks online and live also. And now we're back, the three of us, not after 3 years, but after a year, maybe. We'll share
Yeah,
that
yeah.
later. But I'm so happy to be with Doc Jennifer Yang and Regina de los Reyes. So we're spending time together to share some insights on how to enjoy our virtual workouts. All right. So allow me to introduce to you our speakers for today because we'll be telling you some amazing things no, for this episode. So our first speaker is, I call her Doc Jenny, and she is a graduate of University of the Philippines College of Medicines in 1999. Sorry, she completed her residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at Temple University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and a spinal cord injury medicine fellowship at the University of Pittsburgh. She also has a graduate certificate in performing arts medicine from Shenandoah University. Did I mention it right, Doc?
Yeah, that's right. That's in Virginia.
In Virginia. Dr. Jenny
Yeah.
is also a board certified by the American Board of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation and was most recently faculty of the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas, Texas. She took a break from clinical medicine this year and is currently studying for a Master of Culture, Health, and Medicine degree
Mhm.
at the Australian National University in Canberra, Australia. So, Doc Jenny, would you like to say
Yeah.
something?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Cam. The other thing I'd like to say is I have a vested interest in this because I am a rehabilitation doctor, so we deal with exercise a lot, and I've done
Right.
virtual workouts in the past also. So this is right up my alley, so to speak.
Thank you, Doc
Yeah.
Jenny. Yeah. Uh, During this preparation, we also discussed that Doc Jenny attended some virtual Pilates and
Mhm.
Zumba classes, right, Doc?
And yeah, aerobic Zumba. Yeah. Yeah.
Aerobic Zumba, yeah. And
Both of them.
also at the other side of the screen, we have with my colleague also, and yeah, we started this during one of our breaks. We love to talk together over our
Yeah.
breaks, and yeah, she is Coach Reg. I call her Coach Reg. She is a wellness professional and has been teaching Pilates for almost 20 years. As a stud Pilates full certified instructor, she has delivered thousands of classes, and I'm a witness also, and was
Yeah.
a guest speaker for CNN Philippines. We've been traveling in and out of the studio to conduct classes
Yep.
live or for a corporate classes. She also represented no, her skill, her expertise for CNN, One News, GMA Network, and the Pilates podcast. Beyond the movement, Reg co-presented with Dr. Jenny
Mm.
uh, the Effective Pilates for Enhancing Performance workshop for the 37th Annual Performing Arts Medicine International Symposium held at the UCLA in the US in 2019.
Yeah.
So Reg is also a learning and development professional. She has received awards as a master trainer for her work with public and private talent development programs. As a lifelong learning advocate, Regina, or Reg, was a keynote speaker at Thomson Reuters and a guest speaker at Johnson & Johnson National HR Summit, ADPAP. Sorry.
That's ITBPAP.
That's correct.
ITBPAP.
ITB. Sorry. Thank you for the correction. Talks and Connected Women.
Yes.
Reg is also a student of the Certificate in Mindfulness-Based Adult Education under the Canadian College of Educators. She earned her Bachelor of Arts degree from the Ateneo de Manila University and her postgraduate diploma on Leadership and Management from the Ateneo Graduate School of Business. Hi, Reg. Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well, Ken. Thanks for that intro. And I'm glad to be here because in my practice, I've been an instructor and also a participant. You know, I also attend workouts for myself, but I make sure that I have Jenny to consult whenever concerns arise, whether for myself or for my clients. And allow me to introduce Ken. Okay, it's my turn to introduce you. Ken has been my colleague. He's our general manager at the Pilates studio. And we've been working together to deliver classes even off-site for corporate clients and even for fitness events. And he is a life coach, actually, and a life enthusiast. And he loves taking Pilates, yoga, and Muay Thai. Okay, so that's Ken.
Yeah, thank you. Reg. All right, so moving further, we would like to share what's our goal for this episode. Reg, would you like to do the honor, please?
Yeah, sure. So our objective for this mindful talk is really just to give participants or clients and instructors best practices that they can apply immediately when they're attending. So for participants who attend or for instructors who deliver virtual or online workouts, and whether these workouts are synchronous or asynchronous. We'll define that for you in a bit. And given that, so our flow for today for this episode is to just give a general overview of online or virtual workouts that have been happening nowadays. What are the benefits and also the risks of attending or delivering these workouts? But before we go, of course, we will give you some best practices, whether you're a participant or you're an instructor. So just to take note, we are here to give you just general tips and tricks, and of course medical advice, but we will not go into detail just for this episode.
Yeah, I have to add that this is medical advice and education. We're not doing any patient care or clinical care. So.
Oh, true.
Right.
Yes.
True. So
Reg, go ahead.
So
you mentioned about synchronous and asynchronous.
Let's define the terms that we're using. So we'll talk about virtual or online workouts, of course, and these are what you call workouts in a simulated virtual environment, such that you are not in an actual gym where you are on site and live in person with the instructor, but you are probably watching a video just like this one, or you're playing a DVD, or you are attending a live video live stream. So such live stream is what we call a synchronous workout, where you are performing the workout together with the instructor live. Right. So you're using a video conferencing tool or a live streaming tool, such as what we're using. However, if you are watching a pre-recorded video or a DVD, that's what we call asynchronous, because that's something that you can play at your own time. It doesn't have to be live. So this is something you can access on YouTube or on any other website or on a DVD, as DVDs, I mentioned. Yeah. So this is what people say exercise with technology. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially during this. Yeah, especially during these times. Yeah. Challenging times.
When you can't get to the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Right.
You cannot.
Yeah.
I just want to share my experience because I'm also doing a synchronous. No, I just want to use our vocabulary now. Yes. So I'm attending a synchronous yoga classes also, and during one of I just noticed this challenge. No, during my classes is my internet connection is one of my greatest challenge. Especially not only but the Filipinos maybe. So we have a very slow internet connection here in the Philippines. That's why synchronous workout might be a challenge. I find it very, there's some, I'm sure you will also experience this. There will be delays, right? There will be delays and buffering also, buffering times
Sure. Yeah.
for the internet. Maybe we can share some risk. Maybe let's talk about risk of doing virtual classes. And based on my experience, one is, maybe that one. Reg, would you like to?
Sure. So Ken talked about the risk of tech issues, or you have to troubleshoot, especially if it's live. And that will take up time, and you will need skill to troubleshoot. Like you have to call tech support, right? And aside from that, is your workout space safe? There might be hazards such as furniture or cables or appliances, and even other human beings, people or pets who might be causing disruption in your space. On top of that, if you're attending an asynchronous workout, such as is pre-recorded, the instructor cannot correct you real time. The instructor cannot check your form. Are you doing it safely? And cannot monitor that maybe you're breathing or, and monitoring definitely is limited. The instructor can only monitor you so much. And given that, the variety for your program might also be limited, because the question is, what equipment do you have at home with you? So that might be a risk in terms of the participant or you achieving your fitness goals. But aside from that, the risks, there are also benefits, right, to attending virtual.
I'm about to ask. I'm about to ask Doc Jenny about the benefits of attending virtual, because she shared that she attended a Zumba, and basically she's been very busy, So, how do you find virtual classes? Yes.
So the main reason I got into virtual classes, and they're mostly asynchronous. So me watching a video, because they're convenient. I can do it anytime. You know how crazy schedules can get with work. And then you can do it at home in your own environment. But like Reg mentioned earlier, you have to clear the space, make sure it's safe. And then you can access workouts from anywhere. You can access an American workout or a Vietnamese workout, or anywhere. And it gives you a lot of variety. So Reg mentioned you have limited variety, but you also have a lot of variety, because you can access a lot of things. The other thing here is when in this time where we can't go to the gym because of our own health and safety, that's the advantage of being of doing a virtual workout. You're at home. You're safe at home, and you're not exposed to the environment or any illnesses out there. So, yeah.
Right.
So there's an upside to taking these workouts online.
Thank you, Doc Jenny. Thank you, Reg, for those that we have pros and cons also of doing this. But definitely we have benefits of doing those things. But we should know ourselves better.
Yep.
So knowing those pros and cons, we have to be mindful of our limitations. And that would really call for Doc Jenny's advice on where to start doing virtual classes, right? Doc?
Yeah. We'll start with, we're going to structure this into before the workout, during the workout, and after the workout.
Yep.
So before the workout, you want to know whether you're healthy enough to do the workout. So consult your doctor, get medical clearance, not just for your heart or your lungs, but also your musculoskeletal system. If you have a fracture previously or other previous injuries, you want to know whether you're safe to do that. And then before the workout, you also want to know where you are in your house. So you want a safe space, and you want to have your water bottle with you, because you got to hydrate. So prepare that before you work out. Regina,
Yeah,
anything else you
I'd
want to
like
add?
to. Yeah, I'd like to really just emphasize that to declare, like if you're participating in a virtual workout, declare an emergency contact. Maybe, or you can tell someone in your house that, hey, I'm doing a workout right now. Just stand by in case I need anything. But if and only if it happens that you need emergency assistance, then the instructor might be able to help and call your emergency contact, unless you have someone in your house that you can also call for help, so that you can be attended to immediately. And this is something that we always advise if you are in the gym or in the Pilates studio.
Right, right,
Yep.
right.
So it's really
Yes.
best that you don't work out in seclusion. Don't lock the door, right, Ken? Don't lock the door.
Yes, don't
Yeah.
lock the door.
Yeah.
Don't lock the door.
Yeah. Make sure your hydration is within your reach, so you can drink and you don't get dehydrated, because that's gonna be very tough. So yeah, so
Yeah,
that's before the workout.
yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, Doc Jenny.
Mhm.
Virtual classes is not for everybody, right? So because
Not
you
for
have to know,
everybody. Yeah.
yes, you have to know your limitations before
True.
Right.
doing so.
So one thing you want to take away from this is you have to be self-aware. So you want to know what
Right,
you can do
right.
and what you can't do,
Yes.
and
Thank
we'll
you.
go through that also in the next few
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah. And
So
during the workout, being an instructor, Rich,
mhm. Yeah. So
what would you like
so
to share?
this is something that I even share. I even communicate to participants. So make sure you pay close attention to the instructor, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous, whether it's live or pre-recorded. And if it's live, please take advantage of the communication lines. Speak up and ask questions. Talk to the instructor. And on your end, because you don't have the instructor close by, you will have to monitor your breathing, your pulse rate, and even your rate of level of exertion. We'll touch on that in a little bit. And make sure, again, you hydrate. Please hydrate all the time. Don't wait yourself
Yeah.
to collapse or to be
Okay.
parched before you drink. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The
And
other
then
thing about
Doc,
being self-aware is if you have a mirror handy and you're doing
yes,
a synchronous workout, it's a video, nobody's going to give you feedback. You have to give
yep,
yourself feedback. So you
yes,
look at your
right,
posture
right.
in the mirror, if your technique's correct.
hmm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
true.
And your
That's
wardrobe
so
is
true.
correct also.
Yeah, make
Especially for
sure.
ladies.
Yeah,
Ladies
No
would
dress.
really
wardrobe
love to check them.
malfunctions.
Yeah, yeah, dress properly. I think we can add
Yeah.
that, of course.
Yeah.
You know.
Before they do their selfies, di ba? So they have to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
During the workout.
sure, true. And
I
then
want to emphasize on speak, no? They have to speak up during the
yep,
exercise. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
It will really help them to breathe well also.
yes, true.
And
Yeah.
after workout, so what are the things that we need to share to our participants during the virtual
Yeah,
workout?
yeah. So after the workout, you don't just stop everything, right? Make sure you rest accordingly. Do not overexert. Um, it's not always the time that determines the intensity of the workout. You should monitor how you feel, and make sure that you assess if there's any delayed onset muscle soreness the next day, because that can gauge whether your workout was too intense or was it just right. And of course, I cannot emphasize enough that you have to consult the instructor if the instructor is accessible to you. So you can discuss
Yep.
any concerns. Do you want to
Right.
adjust the program or change the schedule or anything of that matter? And of course, even after the workout, consult your doctor as needed. If you need further medical advice, or if the instructor recommends that you consult a doctor because of certain observations, please do align with what your doctor will tell you.
Yeah.
I want to pick up on that line. We are so privileged, Reg and I is super blessed to have Doc Jenny to be
Yes.
around because we've been asking her for this, not only for
They
this
bond me a lot.
episode. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Which is a good
So
thing. It's a good
yeah,
thing.
and that's the reason why we have this first episode, and we want to share about self-awareness, Doc,
Yep.
because she's been very particular. She's been sharing this to us, both of us. And Doc, would you like to guide our viewers also about being self-aware, especially during this virtual classes?
Yeah. So we'll start with, when you're doing a virtual class, when you're exercising, you want to know how your pulse rate is going. So a normal resting pulse rate is between 60 and 100 beats per minute. So your heart's beating, at the minimum of a 1 beat per second, 60.
Mm-hmm.
So as you exercise, that heart rate will go higher. So,
that's
so
the
you
goal.
want to be monitoring that. So that's the goal of the exercise. Yes, to make your heart muscles healthier by beating more. So we'll go over how to check your pulse rate.
Yes,
That's something you want to monitor
Yes,
during an exercise. So
is it hard, Doc? Is it hard?
No, it should be easy. Anybody can do it if you know how to count.
Yay!
Okay, so
I
you
can count.
take your fingers, index finger and middle finger.
Not this one, though.
You don't use the thumb because your thumb has its own pulse.
Okay, not the thumb.
Not the index and middle finger. You can either do it here under your neck. This is the carotid pulse. Or you can do it on your wrist, on the thumb side. This is called a radial pulse. So you measure that for about, there are many multipliers. So we'll do 10 seconds. So you measure for 10 seconds. Ken, if you can give us a time.
Sure, Doc. Okay, let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Time's up. Okay, good. So since you want to get 10 seconds times 6 to make 60 seconds, so you will multiply the number you got, how many pulses you had, by 6. So for example, I had 11 pulses. So you multiply that by 6. So my heart rate is 66.
I got 12.
Yours is 12. Mine is 13. So times 6, that's 78. My pulse is 78 beats per minute. So
we're all within normal because 60 to 100.
Because we're resting right now. We're not working out right now, though.
Right. We're not. So that's good. Yeah.
Yay.
So the other thing you want to measure is your breathing. So we have this thing called the talk test. So if you're exercising and you're able to talk, then that's good. But if you're exercising and you're already, I can't breathe, I can't say any words, then you're going too much. You're exercising too much.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I talk to clients. I mean, if it's in person or if it's on video, I constantly communicate with them, and I give them a heads up that I will communicate with them. Just need to check their intensity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be having fun, okay?
Yeah, exactly. You should not be wasted during the workout, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in relation to that, so you want to know your rate of perceived exertion. So how much effort you're putting into the exercise. So, and how tired you are, basically. So that's a scale from 0 to 10. 0 is 0, 1, and 2 are, at rest. I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
5 to 10, you're working really hard. 10 is I'm about to die and I really don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Your goal is 3 to 4 on that scale. So from 0 to 10, your goal is 3 to 4, which is moderate to a little not too strong. So
that's a green.
we have a picture. Yeah, so our picture, you want to be in the green zone.
Yep.
When you might go into the yellow zone a bit during your exercise, but you really want to be in the green zone for the majority of the time.
Yeah, because if I could add to that, thank you, Doc, for this very, very important guidelines. Because after a workout, the idea would be the participant should be energized and not wasted and drained, because you still have to perform, your other responsibilities, your other roles, or go back to work. So it should energize you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. There's a principle called energy conservation. So you want to leave some of your energy for the rest of your day. You don't want to tire yourself out just because of this virtual workout. Yeah.
That's right.
And as you mentioned, Doc, this is just a virtual workout. So again, we mentioned about the risk. And you have to be self-aware of those risks. So know your boundaries, right?
Yep.
Know your
True.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
That's all.
That's right.
Safety. Safety is primal.
Oh,
Rich
yes.
knows this very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And for those instructors who are leading these virtual classes, we are here also to, in a way, share something for you, Doc, as being the leader of self-monitoring. Would you like to share something for this?
Let's see.
Hi.
Basically, the instructor should know how to do the self-monitoring.
Yep.
So, because that's going to be one of the things they want to present to the client before the workout, as a gauge of how you're doing. So,
yeah.
but everything else, I think Regina should be able to discuss best practices for instructors.
Okay, thank you, Jen. So you can see how I really aligned with Jen. We've been working together in this field even before this talk. So I would really consult her even before for special cases. So best practices for instructors. So if you're an instructor teaching an online workout, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous, whether you're going to record it or you're going to teach it live, we just have a few tips for you. And safety is non-negotiable for me, and this is really from almost 20 years of experience. So before the workout, make sure to teach your participants how to monitor themselves. Just like what we did earlier, check your pulse or check your breathing rate. Yeah, with the talk test. Also the perceived exertion. And then you, as a professional, you might consider availing professional liability insurance so that you can also be protected and you can also assure your client that you are delivering a high standard of care in terms of this virtual or online session. So another tip is for the instructor to let the participants answer the PAR-Q survey. That's the physical activity readiness questionnaire. This is standard practice across the industry, whether you're teaching yoga or Pilates or gym, because this will document the baseline of the participant if he or she is indeed ready and fit to pursue a workout. If the result says otherwise, then again, consult your doctor. So if you're ready to launch the session, the instructor should announce house rules, such as what equipment can be used, how to set up the workout space, how to remove distractions or hazards, because we have to assert those for the safety of the participant, because sometimes we don't know that certain things might be a distraction. And of course, the instructors should declare the agenda or the program of the workout so that the participant can also begin with the end in mind. All right. So, and then aside from that, when you get into the workout, during the workout, it's important for the instructor to still monitor the participant, especially if it's live. If, on the other hand, it's a pre-recorded program, then the instructor could deliver important cues during the video, such as please check your breathing or check your form, engage certain muscles correctly, and avoid certain positions or certain movements. And of course, it's important for the instructor to customize the workout. If during the live virtual workout there's a need to adjust the program, then please, instructor, adjust the program. If you see the participant having too much difficulty or the movement is not appropriate, right, Ken, make sure you can be on your toes, adjust real time. After the workout also, it's important for the instructor to do like a post-workout review. So assess the session with your participant if it's live. If it's not live, then you should maybe open a channel for you to communicate that with your participant, like any comments or any questions. And let's say you are recording your session for your participant. Make sure you do a post-production review, assess the video. If you need to edit it or revise it, then please do so. Make sure you always have your participant in mind. So, and then you can plan for the next sessions. You can have a long-term program or short-term program ready for your participant so that your participant knows what to look forward to in the succeeding sessions. So those are just some of the tips that I can give for instructors, so that you can keep your session safe and effective for your participant.
Yeah, I'd like to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
Communication is key, because when you announce the house rules and the agenda for your workout, you're setting an expectation. So the participant doesn't go, hey, this is not what I signed up for. So you have to tell them that this is what we're going to do. The other thing is with the monitoring of participants, you're giving cues, especially with asynchronous workouts. So monitor your heart rate, monitor your breathing. How are you? Give them cues to hydrate also.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, because you don't want them suddenly being too tired and during the workout.
Yeah, so we do recommend having an emergency contact, but we don't really want to trigger that at any time as much as possible.
Right. I just want to add also on the visuals, which is very important.
Yes.
So knowing that the client we are just for teachers, so they're just basing whether it's a phone or a laptop.
Yeah.
So it's small. We have to be particular on how are we being viewed by the clients.
Yes.
So please be mindful of the lightings, be mindful of your clothing as well.
Yeah.
So at least be mindful of the background and the subject. You will be as the subject. So avoid the distractions. Yeah, also.
Yeah, so maybe thank you, Ken, for that. That's very important. So you can position your phone or your camera in the right place. If you have to adjust it during the session, do so that the instructor can get the better view of the participant. True.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, for the participants, also they have to position their cameras as well.
Yes.
So that the instructors will have the chance to check on their postures or if they're doing the right exercises as well.
Oh, that is so true, so true. Yeah.
And same thing if you're using a mirror in an asynchronous workout, you have to position the mirror correctly so you can actually see yourself and give yourself feedback.
Yes.
That's the word. Feedback is very important. Whether it is synchronous and asynchronous, we're very particular about feedback.
Yeah. Speaking of feedback, clients have told me that even if they watch videos online, they miss having the live feedback from the instructor, especially if they really value their safety and they really value the effectiveness of the workout.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Wow. We had so
That's
much.
a lot of information.
That's a
lot.
Yeah, that's a lot for our first episode. But so I want to share my key takeaway for this episode will be, as like Doc Jenny said, you have to be self-aware of what's happening because virtual classes would give us the benefits, also the risk. So for me, safety is very, very important. It's primal. So we have to know ourselves first before engaging ourselves to this kind of activities. What about you?
And then the other thing, I'm going to connect that to being self-aware. So not just yourself, you want to be aware of your environment. So you should have a safe space. It's clear. There's no distractions, no wires or furniture that you can bump your head into. You don't want that. And then you pay attention to your instructor also. Listen to your instructor and stop if something's not right. If something hurts too much, or if it's asynchronous, stop the video. If it's synchronous, tell the instructor, hey, I'm hurting here. Is that normal? Or can you help me?
Oh, definitely. Those are excellent takeaways. And on the instructor side, it's very important to have insurance ready. Consider availing your professional liability insurance, and then make sure you plan ahead and customize the program. You cannot make your video too generic, right? So it's really good to make sure you align with the goals of your client or your participant. So communicate with them prior to the actual session. And even during the session, keep your participants informed. Talk to them, listen to them, and then even afterwards. So communication, safety, they're very important.
Give cues. Yes.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
good cues. Yes.
Yeah.
And prepare for your programs.
Oh
Please
yeah.
don't give instant programs for your clients. All right.
Yeah, the workout session is not really the time to troubleshoot your equipment or to troubleshoot your computer. Maybe you can do that prior to the session so that your
Right,
session
right.
can be as seamless as possible.
Especially
Extra
if you're
mile.
timed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Extra
true.
mile, extra line, extra bandwidth. All right.
Yeah,
So for this virtual classes. Yeah, we have
true.
so much
Yeah.
for this session. We have so much for this talk, and I really appreciate your expertise, ladies, Doc Jenny
Mhm.
and Reg, for having this first episode for Mindful Talk. So if you have
Yeah.
any questions,
Yeah.
if you have any comments, please email us, and we'll be listing down our email address so you can send us your comments, or if you would like to
Questions.
have your questions in the next episodes, we can definitely feature those things for you
Mhm.
guys. And if you want to join our talk and be part of this, we would love you to be part of this. All right.
Mhm.
So we're so happy to spend the time with you guys,
Yep.
Doc Jenny
Yeah.
and Reg.
We're glad to
Yeah.
be here.
Thank,
Yeah.
Me too. Glad to be here and share what we know so that you can enjoy your workout safely.
all right. So with that, thank you and
Good
goodbye.
day. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.